2014 completely changed the way the elections are contested in India, at least at the state level. And please tell me if you disagree with me. Losing an election is one thing, but to lose an organization in election became the trend for the Congress party. Congress was not only losing elections, it was the organizational base was getting evaporated. For example, when I was in Nagaland, out of 60 constituencies, Congress could field candidates in 28 constituencies. I only met one Congress MP, Gaurav Gogoi, in his own private car, moving around with his friends, trying to mobilize, the party fund and, organizational machinery for the Congress candidates. Congress candidates had no money, and everyone knows how elections are fought in Northeast. They're only fought on money and nothing else. Secondly, if you look at the elections in Gujarat, what did Congress achieve in Gujarat? To say it came close, that's not the consolation prize. Congress was able to save its organization in Gujarat.
How many practice matches will the Congress party play? That's the question. For almost a decade, I've been hearing this. We're working on the organizational structure. He's working on the organization. To say that we're contesting elections not to win them is a defeating argument.
Stop behaving like Sachin Tendulkar. He should behave like Mr. MS Dhoni. That's the analogy I can give. He should win matches for his party, He won matches for his team. He's just a good player, He's playing well, but that's not the way politics is done. So what has happened in Karnataka is that at least he has a party to stick to. It's another thing if it splits.
Which is not his.
Okay, inherited party. He has inherited the party. He has been nominated. But the larger point is, if the Congress doesn't fight elections like this, they will lose their organizational base, and that's what BJP has done to Congress from 2014 onwards.
Let's get Salman Soz, national spokesperson of the Congress party, joining us from Srinagar. Mr. Soz, I know you have the difficult job this morning. The Congress party is trailing 65. It's leading on 65 seats only. And this is much lesser than what the exit polls had predicted. We are talking about what this means for Rahul Gandhi and your party, sir.
I mean, for our party, regardless of the results, we have to keep moving. We have to keep fighting for the soul of this country. That will not change. We'll, of course, have to see what happened in this particular election. I mean, all the results are not out yet. What I noticed in the Election Commission's results was the vote share that the Congress has now has overtaken the vote share of BJP. Consistently, it's been kind of coming up. So maybe that can changes in the seats itself. But we don't know yet. Of course, BJP is leading right now. But, you also have to remember that in Karnataka, for almost 4 decades, no government has been repeated. And in fact, it was after decades that one chief minister actually served out a term, which is a credit to Mr. Siddaramaiah and our team. And they had an opportunity to govern, and they did. They did the best they could. But at the same time, people, voters have a choice to make at the end of 5 years. And right now, it seems that they may have gone and supported the BJP in big numbers. But we will see. Let's wait till the end of the counting and see what happens.
Are you still hopeful?
I'm hopeful. I haven't given up hope. Because, frankly, when I was in Bangalore, from all quarters, the indications were that the Congress was going to, if not form its own government, would be the single largest party and would be close to 100+ seats. That has not happened so far. But my only point is that, when I was looking at the EC trends and not Election Commission trends, if you look at the vote shares, the BJP had a big lead earlier in the vote shares. And that vote share has actually been slipping and now has gone below the Congress's vote share. Now, whether or not that translates into seats, normally what you do in elections is that you actually look at vote shares and then you kind of start looking at distribution of seats. But if we have a higher vote share and it keeps the distance keeps increasing, maybe that translates into seats as well. I don't know. Of course, I'm hopeful. I want to be hopeful. One has to look at hope. Look at these elections with hope. But if we end up staying in the opposition, that's okay.
But Mr. Soz,
Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Soz, Karthike here. It's not the first time it will be happening in Indian politics. Parties with higher vote share have lost elections. I remember Punjab election 10 years back was lost by Captain Amrinder Singh, despite polling 0.6 more percent of votes than the Akali Dal BJP combined. But the bottom line of our electoral process is seats, which means that something electorally in terms of slogan, in terms of messaging, or in terms of organizational campaign went wrong, sir.
Look, the point I was trying to make is that as trends have emerged, the vote share of the Congress has actually risen and the BJP's has fallen. Whether that does anything to the overall math of the seats, that is what remains to be seen. Of course, you're right. I mean, even if you have the largest vote share, but you don't have the highest seats, obviously you're not the winner at that time. But that's why I said let's wait till the end. But right now, the BJP is doing better. There's no doubt about it. And we did from what I know, from what I heard from people in Karnataka, it seemed that the Siddaramaiah government did a good job. Of on governance. At the same time, there is the rival party, the BJP, has enormous resources right now. It's an open secret, and elections, this can make a big difference in elections. So we have to see how we compete against a well-resourced and organized adversary.
Right. Let me bring up some numbers here. The BJP leading in 105 seats. In 2013, they had 40 seats, so they may be close to tripling their tally. The Sensex is cheering these figures. The Sensex is up by more than 350 points, remember. The markets opened flat, and now they can see a clear trend of the BJP on course to form the next government in Karnataka. So the Lal Street looking upbeat.
Absolutely, and it also goes on to show that a lot of issues did not work. Like, for example, Siddaramaiah said last time it was his last election. This time he said it was his last election. So a lot of emotional appeal, which perhaps Congress thought will be there, just did not work. But I want to put this question to the panel, and Mr. Soz, you can reply to it. If you would recall, the first speech which the Prime Minister gave, which was, I think, a Facebook speech addressing his workers, he completely reset the game. He did not fall into that regional pride issue. He started talking about money given. He started talking about agriculture. He started comparing his tenure as PM in terms of economy with Siddaramaiah's tenure as CM. Did it work, sir?
I think it worked, but in my question was what really helped.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that comparison.
23rd, 24.
Can you please?
Just a second, Mr. Soz, please.
Yeah, the last 2 days of the nomination process, that is the day when Mr. Modi took charge of the BJP campaign. Because one of the things was that Yediyurappa wanted to give a ticket to his son, Vijayendra, from Varuna against Siddaramaiah's son. I was in Mysore that day. And on the platform, they were to go in a procession to file the nomination. Then Amit Shah called Yediyurappa and told him, no, your son is not contesting. And that decision was taken by the Prime Minister, overruling Amit Shah and Yediyurappa. And then that night there was a protest. Yediyurappa asked the 15 candidates from the two districts, Mysore and Chamarajanagar, to say that if Vijayendra is not given a ticket, they will all withdraw from campaigning. And then Prakash Javadekar and Muralidhar Rao came to Mysore. They told, this is the Prime Minister's order. They told Yediyurappa, if you want your son to be given a ticket, you are not contesting.
You're saying that this worked?
That changed the mood because the entire group, because Yediyurappa is not the undisputed leader of BJP in Karnataka. He had fought with a large section of people like Anant Kumar, Sadanand Gowda, Jagdish Shettar, and he had split the party. So they said no.
Are you saying that the Prime Minister...
The dynasty issue worked.
Are you saying that the Prime Minister was able to change the goalpost,
yes,
bring back the slogans of 2014, dynasty, Shahenshah, Shahzada, yes, all those words which he used?
And the Prime Minister on the first meeting in Mysore, he decided to go to Mysore. Mysore, there were no great hopes, but he wanted to give a message to Yediyurappa and his son. And he went and talked about this 2+1, that is Siddaramaiah contesting from 2 seats and 1 seat to his son. Then 1+1 of the Congress. He changed the narrative to dynasty.
Okay, I'm also joined by Amit Malviya, National Spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party. Salman Soz also stays with me. Amit, so I think the conclusion here is that Narendra Modi remains the sole national vote catcher in Indian politics. That's the bottom line. From Assam to Karnataka, he can campaign, he can go to Gujarat and affect 15, 20, 25 assembly segments. Amit?
Well, I think we never had any doubts on that, and it's rather unfortunate. And as far as we are concerned, for us, the people of Karnataka had reposed their faith and trust in Bharatiya Janata Party 6 months ago. But there was an attempt to build a narrative in sections of the media, in sections of the commentariat, and of course, people who write routinely on these issues to somehow create a boogie of Congress coming back to power. It was an attempt to mislead the fence-sitters, the average voter. But all of that has come cropper. The people of Karnataka have reposed their faith in the leadership of Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Yediyurappa, who's going to be the Chief Minister of the Bharatiya Janata Party government in Karnataka. And we are quite grateful to the people for trusting us with this kind of a mandate.
The BJP is inching closer to a clear majority. 110 seats is where the BJP is leading. The Congress's lead shrinking to 62. And then I want to put this question out to all those who said this is a waveless election. This is not 2014 and there is no Modi wave, etc., etc. Suddenly Modi is the biggest.
Maybe there was a wave, but it was a hidden wave. It's like Uttar Pradesh election. Barring few people, no one said that the BJP is going to get 300 plus seats, but BJP got 300 plus seats. The wave was not visible. There was a surge visible for BJP. Maybe there was a surge, but...
So I think Chanakya got it right?
Yeah, absolutely.
120. Absolutely. 120, we'll have to wait and see.
Chanakya got it right, and there's no wave per se. Waves are when, there's overwhelming. This was obviously a surge that happened in the last week. I think the BJP...
It's a question of semantics, wave versus surge. You can say whatever you want to say.
It is semantics.
The polls was 99 and they got 110. So it's not a wave of tornado or anything. It's just that, yes.
But for Devegowda's party to get 48 seats?
48 seats, that's a big...
That's amazing.
Devegowda obviously cut Congress votes.
Congress like mad. I think he must have defeated the Congress in lot less than 40 to 45 constituencies.
So you're basically saying that the Vokaliga consolidation which has taken...
Not just Vokaliga, I'm saying that even in North Karnataka, Devegowda's candidates have cut into Congress candidates.